Good evening to whoever you are from wherever you're watching from. My name's Josh. Thank you for stopping by. Tonight we're sipping on a little Larceny Barrel Proof. This is batch B523. For those who don't know, Larceny is under the brand of Heaven Hill, which has brands like Elijah Craig, Larceny, Pikesville, Rittenhouse, several different brands. And so with Elijah Craig and Larceny, they release 3 barrel proofs a year. One being in January, one being in May, one being in September. So you always have A1, B5, and C9, and then whatever the year is. So this is B523. So this was the second release in May of this year. So cheers. Coming in at a whopping 124.4 proof or 62.2% alcohol. Beautiful whiskey. So, for this past week's weekly rotation, that being the 18th through whatever Saturday was, I guess it'd be 23rd. So, Monday I decided to go with just a really beautiful fragrance that I've been vibing with so much lately. And that's from Lattafa. That's Camera. So, I was collecting fragrances for a while, then kind of got out of it. Not out of it, just stopped collecting. I got into whiskey and kind of focused all my attention over there. And during that time was when all these Middle Eastern brands started popping up. And so when I got back into the game, I had a lot of catching up to do. And, was kind of coming on the back end of all the Lattafa Camera hype. So obviously this is supposed to be a clone of Angel Share by Killian. But for me, I feel like this is a superior fragrance, at least for my taste. I'm not a huge fan of Angel Share, but this is just a beautiful, sweet, ambery praline. Kind of a drive fruit, like a date kind of deal. Super cozy, super inviting, something you want to wear, on a nice, cool night, with the jacket on. Going out on a date, or just cuddling up with your significant other at the house. I think it's just such a cozy is the word I can put by this. Yeah. So Monday, like I said, it's been getting cold around here, and so went with old Camera from Lattafa. Tuesday went with a recent pickup. Got this actually in Birmingham, but this is from the house of BDK Parfums. This is Ambre Safrano. So Ambre Safrano is obviously amber, saffron. Those are the two main accords, and it is just this beautiful, soft, sweet amber with this leather appeal that you get from the saffron. And it's beautiful. It's super elegant, super upscale in my opinion. Like I said before, with my work, I work mostly alone. I'm not really around people in really tight spaces, so I can kind of wear what I want to and just experiment. It's really a great time for me to test out fragrances that maybe I wouldn't get to wear in enclosed spaces. But this is just I wouldn't consider this a work fragrance by any means, but with my job I can kind of wear what I want. And this is just so beautiful and elegant, very dressed up in my opinion. Last quite a long time, and just it gets better as it dries down. So from the house of BDK, that is Ambre Safrano, and I believe it doesn't get enough praise. I know Gris Charnel is a real popular fragrance from BDK, and I don't understand the hype on that one honestly, but that's just me, it's my taste. So on to Wednesday. Anytime I wear these, I'm usually wearing them together because I just love the combo. But this is from Armaf Club de Nuit Intense, limited edition parfum, layered with Lattafa's Rave Now. So with this, this is just a smoother version of the original. It's an Aventus clone. It's that instead of like a really heavy pineapple like you get in Aventus, this is more of a lemon, kind of a lemon head kind of lemon, and but smoother, not as harsh as the original Club de Nuit Intense Man. last a hell of a long time. Definitely a smokier take on like the Aventus DNA. You have some smoky batches, you have some more fruity batches. This is definitely leans more on the smoke. But this layered with Rave Now, this is like a fresh, opened can of pineapple with, and I don't know what the dry down really smells like, but it just smells great. It's kind of musky. It's kind of sweet. They just work really well together, and I haven't really worn them independently yet just because I love them so much together. So that was for Wednesday. It was Club Edwy Intense Limited Edition Parfum and Rave Now by Lattafa. So on to Thursday, one that I haven't worn a ton just because it's super strong, but I decided to go ahead and go with it, and that is by the House of Kerosene. That is Unknown Pleasures. Unknown Pleasures is... So I actually bought this when I was in New York. Me and my wife took a cruise that ported out of New York, and then we went to Bermuda, and then when we came back, we had kind of a bookend. We had like a day and a half before the cruise and after the cruise to explore New York. And me being a fragrance collector, New York has everything. They have all the big designers, all the niche you could want. They have first dibs on everything really in the States. And I walked into Lucky Scent expecting to get Andy Tower, Lady Desert Merrill Kane, and something else maybe. But then I didn't know they had kerosene there, and I saw this and I smelled it, and I have it now, so I walked out of there with it. This is just a beautiful lemon cream pie, lemon cake with this Earl Grey. Okay, so imagine you're eating like this lemon. And I've heard, what's his name? He's changed his name on here many times, but Looking, Feeling, Smelling Good, that guy. He called this lemon chiffon cake. I've never had lemon chiffon cake, but it is this lemon cake vibe. But picture you're eating that cake while also drinking like a London Fog, which is an Earl Grey tea latte. So Earl Grey tea and milk. It's a hot drink, and that's what it smells like to me. And this to die for. It's super strong, so be careful with the sprays around your neck. It can get a little cloying, but overall, a beautiful fragrance. And the power of it really helps in the wintertime. People think lemon and Earl Grey, think spring, and I do too, but this has such depth and oomph that it really works in the wintertime. So Friday, I really don't remember what I wore. I don't think I wore anything too crazy. I think I was probably just sitting around the house testing. But Saturday, I went to my wife's family's house, and I decided to go with another recent pickup, which is actually a Christmas present from my wife, and that is from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. That is Grand Soir. Grand Soir, this is one of the best things I've ever smelled, to be completely honest with you. Whenever I bought Ombre Sofrano, I brought that from a place called Gus Mayer. I was at Saks Fifth Avenue in Birmingham smelling fragrances, and I sprayed this on a card. And all I did on the ride home was smell that card. It was so good. And I knew I had to have it. And so, my wife being amazing, she bought it for me. And so, that was Saturday, and didn't really wear a ton on Sunday, but I'll get to Christmas in the next week's weekly rotation. But yeah, guys, so that's what I wore from like the 18th to the 23rd. And so I hope y'all had a great Christmas and enjoyed time with your family. Till next time.